Hello and welcome to your first 1000 sales with Omnisend. I'm Paulus, Head of Customer Operations here at Omnisend, and I would like to talk to you today about a couple of important things on getting your first 1000 sales. So I will introduce Omnisend, what we're doing, how we can help you as a solution, and we'll tell you about the shift that is happening in the email marketing right now, how you can automate everything to make sure that you can spend more time focusing on other things with your e-commerce business. And also I will share a couple of case studies that will show you how exactly in practice that can work for you. So a short intro about Omnisend, what we do and what we're here for. So basically, Omnisend is an e-commerce marketing automation for smart marketers. And what I mean by smart marketers is that when you are running an online store, you get a lot of data that can be used and automated for your business's benefit. And that means and includes things like what your visitors are browsing on your store, which products are they checking out, which products are they adding to the cart, what are they buying, how often are they buying, and a lot of things around that. So the smart thing here is that you have that all of that data right now. It's just sitting there. So the smart thing is just picking it up, using it, automating that, and then reaping the benefits of it. We started off in about 2014. It was a team of 8 to 10 people. And we were known as Soundest. Some of you might already seen us on Shopify App Store. Just recently, last year, the end of last year, we changed our name, renamed to Omnisend. And currently, we are a team of 43 team members. And we're looking forward to growing even more, both in feature-wise as a solution and also in the headcount. At the moment, we are offering our services to more than 40,000 online stores, majority of which, of course, are on Shopify. And basically, if you're going with Shopify and Omnisend, it is a really good match because we get a lot of data from Shopify. We provide a lot of things to our users, and you can just get the full package and reap the best benefits from it. Also, we are very well evaluated by our customers. We're one of the top 10 marketing apps on Shopify App Store, and we have a 5-star rating over there. Also, our Net Promoter Score is above 70. Our customer satisfaction rate is also always above 90, which means that customers love us. And one of the things that we constantly hear about Omnisend is how easy to use that is, especially for marketers that are just starting their businesses. So yeah, let's jump into the main topic. And I just want to present what I'm going to talk about next, and then we'll jump into those things. So first of all, the shift in email marketing that is happening right now and how that may impact you. Then we will see, then we will go through the customer journey, smart sign-up forms, which is a must when you are starting off and you want to build your business. Then, of course, automation, something that is definitely a thing to be done in the first days of your business. And also I will share some case studies that will show you how these things, how automation is working in practice and what benefits our customers are getting from that. So, the shift in email marketing. Not sure if you already know that, but about 15 to 30% of email marketing, of the revenue for an e-commerce business is driven from email marketing. That's just like the blasts, the standard blasts of campaigns that you do on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis. It completely depends on you. However, this is somewhat an old type of marketing, and the shift is happening right now due to a couple of very important reasons. So the first thing is that the market space is getting crowded. There are a lot of businesses that are sending their newsletters, and it is really becoming hard to compete with similar businesses or just competitors that are selling similar stuff that you do. Also, it's all about personalization, not just generalization. So you need to provide personal workflows. You need to offer your customers as personal of experience as you can, and not just generalize and send bulk campaigns that you send to everyone else. Because if somebody has purchased once from you and there's somebody who hasn't done that, those are two different types of people. You need to talk to them very differently. So you should personalize and not just send them bulk campaigns. And also the third thing is shopping is becoming a multi-level activity. And what I mean by that is, let's just dive into an example. Imagine that I need to get a bicycle helmet. What would I do? I would go to the store, brick and mortar, and try a couple of helmets out and see which one fits me the best. Probably get some advice from somebody in the store, and then I would probably go back home or just do that somewhere else and just browse a couple of online stores which are selling the same helmets and see which one is providing me with the best experience, giving me some probably warranties or something like that, and probably offering the best price for the product and the shipping and so on. So it's not just that I'm going to a particular store and making a purchase. I'm going through all of these steps. I'm checking the product in the physical store, then I'm going online. Maybe I'm chatting with your support and something like that. So you should cover all of these things, and you do want to be in front of your competitors when the decision time is coming. So you need to definitely send your campaigns, show your ads to the customer who is at least somewhat interested in making a purchase. So how do you do that? And this is where the customer journey comes in. And this is why it is really important to track through all of the customer journey. So what I mean by customer journey is the journey that your customer goes through to make a purchase. And you need to start thinking about that. So first of all, we have visitors, those who are just coming to your store and checking it out, what you have to offer. Maybe they were Googling for something and just found your website by coincidence. Maybe they were coming to your website because they already know you, but they are just checking it out. They're not subscribing, they're not making a purchase, they're just browsing. Next one, subscribers are those who give you their contact details and sign up for your newsletters and are basically telling you that, okay, I'm interested in what you're doing. I want to know more. Maybe I'm not making a purchase this time, but I'm interested. Next one, shoppers are those who are already browsing through the products and adding to their carts, but not making the final decision to make a purchase. There are a lot of reasons why customers do that, and we will go through a couple of those in the upcoming minutes. And then we have customers, of course, those who make a purchase, and final step is the repeat customers. This is something that a lot of businesses do not think about because they think that, okay, there was a purchase. I'm not thinking if anything happens after that. But it's so much easier to get somebody who has already made a purchase to come back and make another one, an upsell and a cross-sell, than just go and find another one that has not made a purchase yet, and then convert them into the customer and go through all of these steps. So customer journey, starting from visitor, going all the way to the repeat customer. And there are a lot of different tools, how you should be working with each and every part of this customer journey. So for example, with visitors, what you can do is track them and offer them to sign up for your newsletter. When you have their contact, you can start already talking to them, telling why are you the seller that they should be interested, what do you offer, and what your latest additions are, and so on and so on. So with visitors, when they are coming to your store, you definitely want to get their contact. This is why you should go with the sign-up forms. And I will tell you a bit more about the sign-up forms and how you can use them in a very smart way, not being too intrusive or being as intrusive as you like, and using different forms of that. Next one is subscriber, somebody who has already subscribed to your newsletter. This is the only part where you should still be working manually and creating all of the content and sending those blast offs that I talked about a couple of minutes ago. So just choose the time, choose how regular you would like to be, and send your newsletters as often as you have something to say in them. So if you have like new additions, if you have some news for your clients, or maybe if you want to introduce something to tell them why you are the best, definitely send those out. And you have to be regular. You have to send your campaigns about at least once a week, once a month, but this has to be regular. Next thing, shopper. For shoppers, very important to have your abandoned cart workflow, or as we call it, cart recovery. So how it works, whenever somebody adds a product or a number of products to their cart and decides not to make a purchase at that time, an automated workflow initiates, and an email goes out to that particular customer telling them that, like, hey, there's something in your cart. Maybe you forgot to make a purchase. Maybe you didn't have time to do that. So here's just a reminder, and here are the products. You see all the pictures, you see all the prices, and you can simply click the button and come back to the store where the cart is already there. We do make sure that the cart is pre-filled again with the same products that the customer added previously, and they can just finish with the purchase. So abandoned cart for the shoppers is really important. Next thing, customer, and you definitely want to have all the automations around everything that comes with the purchase. So post-purchase automations, I mean, like order confirmation, cancellation confirmation, shipping confirmation, and things like that. Making those and sending them out through Omnisend will allow you to very easily change the things that you want to change over the time, and they do not need to look just like basic emails that you get after the order that you get from the store. And I will tell you in a bit more detail why this is actually a really good thing to sell more even after there was just an order made. So just in a couple of minutes, I will explain through a case study how that works and how you can benefit from that as well. And yeah, going forward to smart sign-up forms. So this is something that you need to start doing from like day one when you launch your website. And if you're not doing that already, I definitely suggest launching your sign-up forms as quicker as you can and going through the places and seeing where you can benefit from that the most. So on Omnisend, we have a couple of different types of sign-up forms, and those should cover everything that you need for your signups to happen. So first of all, we have pop-ups. Those are the ones that are appearing on your website based on some particular rules. So the customer doesn't have to click somewhere. They just pop out on the website based on like how much time has the customer spent, or maybe how many pages have they viewed, and so on. Second one, sign up box. This is a sign up form that appears as a small widget, which is sticked to your visitor screen, and simply when the visitor is scrolling through your website, it's always visible on either bottom or the sides of the screen, and they can click on it and it opens up a sign up form, which is basically very similar to what a pop-up does. So pop-up appears based on some rules. Sign up box, the visitor has to click on the widget and it appears then. Wheel of Fortune is a gamification, and I will show you in a couple of seconds how that works. So basically, this is also a sign-up form that appears on your website, and it, in a way, gamifies how the sign-up goes, and it shows better conversion rates compared to other. And of course, we have a landing page, which is a separate page on your website that you have a link to it, and you can use it for anything you like. You can share it on social networks. You can use that in some sort of events. You can just simply open it up on your iPad, for example, and ask your customers to sign up through there. You can just use that link and add it as on a button on your store, for example. So when somebody clicks on that button, it opens a new page, and there's that landing page that you set up and you designed on your own, and they can fill in their information details over there. So it's a separate page, not just like a small pop-up form on your website. So here how most of the sign-up forms look. I'm sure you've already seen quite a number of those, and I will share a couple of different ways how you can use your pop-ups, because pop-ups basically are the best converting sign-up forms, although a lot of people are complaining how annoying they are. So you don't have to have the annoying type of pop-ups. You don't need to make sure that they are popping up immediately after the web page loads, because this is like the ones that are getting the highest bounce rates. So what I recommend is looking into your analytics and seeing what might work the best for you. But keep in mind that there are different types of pop-ups, and one of those is exit intent pop-ups. So this is when your customer draws their mouse cursor to close the tab. We immediately recognize that, and we can make sure that the pop-up appears with an offer saying like, wait, if you leave now, you won't be able to get 25% discount of your next purchase, and asking them to leave their contact details just before they go. Then your pop-up can appear after several pages, so you can check your analytics and see what would work best for you. How many pages would you need to set up? Then after several clicks, so maybe they don't go through a lot of pages, but they do a couple of clicks, and you want to track that. After some amount of scrolling down, so you can set up a sign-up form that appears after, for example, 50% of a page has been scrolled down. So you can make sure that it appears in a particular part of the website or a particular page. Then you can target it based on a particular URL. So for example, your pop-up may appear on only a particular page of your website, or maybe you can use different UTMs. So for example, if somebody is coming from social media or some sort of ads, and you are using different UTMs over there, so you can just target your sign-up forms to those visitors only. And of course, you cannot show to your current subscribers. So this is something that you can set up as well, and it will not be as annoying for those who have already subscribed. So those sign-up forms will not be appearing there. Next, there are a couple of examples how the sign-up forms might look like, and they can be like completely up to you, like how they look, what you want to add there, what is the offer. So for example, on the left side, we see that the business is only collecting email addresses, and this is like the low-hanging fruit. It's easiest to simply just collect email addresses, while on the right side, you can see that the business is collecting more than emails. They are asking for the first name and birthday, because later on they can use that for personalization, they can use that for segmentation, and they can benefit from that as well. Of course, on the left side we have 15% discount, on the right side we have 20% discount. This is something that is also completely up to you. You can decide like what sort of a discount are you giving to the customer who is leaving their contact details, or for example, you might decide that you don't want to give anything at all. So that for some businesses is also something that works, but of course you're getting a lot better conversion if you're getting something in return. And this is a quick example of how Wheel of Fortune works. So when you come to the website, it appears based on some particular rules, and then you punch in your email address, you spin the wheel, and you win something in return. So you can collect email addresses, you can collect something more than that, and you offer some sort of a discount in return to the customer. This gamification, I would suggest using that as a campaign. So for example, having it for a week or 2 weeks and then bringing back pop-ups to the website if your customers are coming back time and time again. So you can set it up the way that you like it and decide whether you are using that constantly or just as a campaign. And of course, May 25th actually was the day that changed the game with all the European customers, and collecting their information is a bit different right now. GDPR has been launched since then, and of course all sign-up forms are GDPR compliant at Omnisend, so we collect additional data that can stand as a viable proof of consent. And of course you have that checkbox on your sign-up form, which informs about all the things that are required by the regulation. And this is just a setting. You can enable that, disable that. It's completely up to you whether you want to have it or not. And of course, you can change the text if you explain all the rules somewhere else. So you can just probably add a link to it and make the text shorter, because the standard one that is required is quite a long one, as you can see in the example. So when we have our sign-up forms set up and we are already working with the visitors that are coming to our website and making sure that they are converting into subscribers and later on into customers, we need to set up a couple of crucial automations. So I will talk about automations right now, and later on we will go dive into a couple of case studies. So first of all, why do you want to do automations? You want to do that because it's the right message at the right time. It's not just sending a bulk campaign which is going to the customer at the time that is more convenient probably to you than the customer. This is the message that is going to the customer at the right time for them. So if they're doing some sort of action, for example, signing up for a newsletter, they're getting a welcome email, which is an automated email. If they're making a purchase, they're placing their order, they're getting an order confirmation email, which is also something that they're expecting. And there's a benefit to that, to like the fact that it's the message at the right time for the customer. So, for example, when we look at the open rates, when you are sending your promotional campaigns, you should expect around 19% of open rates from that. When there is an automated email going to the customer, you should be expecting double that. So it means that twice more people are checking the automated emails in comparison to the promotional campaigns. So this is like a huge difference and a huge benefit that you can use to boost your sales. When we look at click rates, this is something that is also very similar to open rates. 4% on promotional campaigns and 9.5% click rate for email automation. So all of the automated emails like welcome emails, order confirmation, cancellation confirmation, cart recovery, and so on, they're getting bigger open rates and bigger click rates. And also, the most important thing is that 40% more sales generated from there are 40% more sales generated from automation compared to promotional campaigns. So if you're not using automated workflows, if you're not setting them up and making sure that your marketing automation solution is sending them, you're losing money. How automation works, it takes the behavioral data of your customer, and basically depending on that, what happens on the website, what your customer or visitor does or doesn't do on the website, it acts upon that. So you preset the rules. For example, if somebody adds a product to their cart and does not make a purchase within an hour, we send out an automated email. You only need to set up that email once, and then you can leave it for as long as you don't need to change something visually or message-wise. So a couple of really important automations. First of all, welcome emails, greeting your customers when they expect you to do that. So whenever a customer signs up for your newsletter, you should send them a welcome email, and in this way to both tell them hello, which is welcome emails. It is an email that goes out to your customer whenever they sign up for your newsletter. So you should set up a welcome automated workflow with at least a single email and send it to everybody who signs up through your sign-up forms. Why you want to do that is two things. One thing, the customer is expecting for that email to come into their inbox, sort of as a confirmation that everything went fine and they're on your list. And you also can use that to convert them from a subscriber to a customer. So add some sort of an offer, either percentage discount for their purchase, or maybe a small gift for their first purchase. And this way, you not only get a subscriber, you can also get a customer. Also, you can make additional sales after the purchase, and this is the second automated workflow that I suggest creating as soon as you launch your store, or if you already have launched your store, creating that immediately. So this is order confirmation. You might think, I already have that on my store. My Shopify store is already sending that, but there is a bit of a difference what you can do with Omnisend and what you can do with just the ones that your store sends automatically. So basically, all of the order confirmations include the same details about the order, like summary, all the products that are there, what's the billing address, what's the shipping address. But also on Omnisend, you can add additional promotions and this way sell more even after there was a sale. So for example, if a customer is expecting to get an order confirmation email just after the purchase. They get the email, and there is also an offer for their next purchase. So this way, it is highly more likely that this customer will make a second purchase on your store as well, compared if you just send a standard looking order confirmation with no additional offers. Also, this way you are encouraging your customer to buy again, and the discount code might provide them with a discount, or maybe you can just add some recommended products that are working really well with something that they have already purchased, like offering them to buy something additionally to what they have. And last but not least, consider sending SMS messages to your customers whenever there is a change in something with post-purchase communication. So for example, sending an SMS message whenever there's a confirmed order, or whenever there's a status change in their shipping, whenever it's shipped, or whenever there's a confirmation of payment, and so on. So the thing with SMS messages is that 95% of customers are reading it within 5 minutes. When you can expect around 40 to 50% of open rates for your automation emails, maybe a tiny bit higher for order confirmation emails, you can expect 95% of customers to open your SMS message. So telling them that their order is confirmed and adding some additional details like, and here's the discount code for your next order, is something that will definitely reach your customer, and they then will be more likely to make a second and third and fourth purchases on your store. And also, you might think that messages like SMS messages are something of the past, but in this case, like you can see the screenshot of how it looks on Android devices. And as you can see, if you add a link to your store, it automatically picks up from that link and shows a little preview of how that page looks like. So if you add a link to your store, there's going to be a quick preview of your online store with the description and the link and the tagline and so on, and the image. So they are already looking so much better than just the text messages. So do not forget to add the link, do not forget to add an additional offer, and do not forget to use that for your post-purchase automation. And finally, we come to the case studies, where I will show you how exactly our customers are already putting everything that I've just presented into the practice. So first of all, I want to share with you how you can sell more with order confirmation. So these are the emails that are going out after there was a purchase. And as I said, you might already have that on your store that is already sent automatically, but here's why it works better when you're sending those through Omnisend. So we have a company called PS Seasoning and Spices. This is a 4-generation strong family-owned business, and they have really succeeded with their order confirmation being sent through Omnisend. What they are doing is making all sorts of seasonings and spices, and really know how to do that. I definitely recommend checking out their store if you're into that. But now let's look at their order confirmation setup and what's the benefit that they're getting from that. So what they're doing is nothing like massively different from like usual order confirmation email that goes from the store. As you can see on the right hand side, this is an example of how their email looks like. You can see all the details about the order. You can see what was the product, how much did it cost, and so on and so on. And this order confirmation email is sent immediately after there was an order, so no delay. It lands immediately in my email inbox. They saw the opportunity to sell more through that, and they are adding a discount for the next order. So if I have made a purchase, I receive a discount, and next time I'm thinking about making some purchase of seasonings and spices, they're the place that I will go because I already have the discount code. So here's how it looks like. I have removed the discount code because what they're doing is they're providing a custom discount code for each and every single customer. So as you can see, I can get a 15% discount for my next purchase, and the discount code being unique for each and every buyer means that I will not be sharing it with anyone else. And if I do share, that discount code is not going to work for me. So it's not like you're giving everything out to everybody. So you're just making that offer to a very particular person. Looking at the results, so we're looking at 6 times higher open rates compared to their campaigns. So like a huge difference. If you're getting 10 to 15% of open rate, you can be expecting about 60 to 90% of open rates to your automation. And also 5 times higher click rates compared to your campaign. So if you're getting like 5% of click rates, it's 25% for your order confirmation in this very particular case. So this is a huge difference. But more important than just clicks and opens, let's look at how they're actually benefiting. And what they're getting from that is 34 times better conversion rate compared to campaigns. What I mean by conversion is when the customer receives an email and when they make a purchase. 34 times a customer is more likely to make a purchase from this order confirmation email than from a campaign. And also, when they are making a purchase, they're 3 times, their cart is 3 times bigger than what they are buying through campaigns. So when somebody is making a purchase through a campaign of, 100 euros, you should be expecting at least 300 euros purchase from the order confirmation email. So this is a huge difference. And also knowing how little of time and how little of effort those setups need, it's just a no-brainer to use. The second case study is with browse abandonment, and this is something that a workflow that is going out to the customers whenever they browse a particular page and abandon it. In this case, we have a company called Rolf Prima, and their case with the browse abandonment and how they use that. So Rolf Prima is a company that is making hand-built wheels for bicycles, and they are an official Race Across America provider of wheels for the racers. And here's how they succeeded with, and are actually succeeding with, browse abandonment. So first of all, they have 2 different setups for that. And the first one is being used for product category. And they are sending a single email 1 hour after the abandonment. So when somebody comes to the product category and does nothing, don't add anything to their cart, don't make a purchase, just leave the store, they're sending out an email with a tagline, "Did you like something?" and explaining how they can benefit from doing business with Rolf Prima, and offering them to come back, or also to contact them via phone or email. This workflow is showing 2.5 times higher open rates compared to campaigns, and even up to 3 times higher click rates compared to campaigns. The second way they are setting up their browse abandonment is for cart page. So this is somewhat different from your usual cart recovery or abandoned cart workflow, where you are only working with those carts that have something in them. In this case, the client is using and a browse abandonment workflow, and is looking actually for those who are checking their cart out, like going into the cart page, regardless whether they have something on it or don't have. And they are waiting for 2 hours after there is an abandonment, like the customer has checked their cart, regardless with the product or not, clicked close their tab, and then after 2 hours, they're sending the email that you see on your right with the tagline, "Did you leave something behind?" And they're asking how they can help and offering the phone support and email support as well. So different approach to cart recovery. They're getting 3 times higher open rates compared to campaigns and 4.5 times higher click rates compared to campaigns. So a no-brainer to use that as well. And of course, we have many more different case studies, and we're also always sharing the best practices of our customers and the best practices out there in the market. So feel free to visit our blog to find more case studies. Currently, we have a PDF with 5 different case studies where you can learn how you can benefit more from automations, how you can make them grow your business and help you go forward. And last but not least, to finish this up, I would like to share a discount code, which is a 30% discount for 3 months of Omnisend standard plan. So feel free to use that whenever you sign up for an Omnisend standard plan. Just punch in 1001 sales and you will get a 30% discount for 3 months. For now, I would like to thank you for your time. I hope all this information was helpful. And always, if you have any questions, feel free to contact us through either our support, or you can hit me up directly at polus@omnisend.com. Thank you and goodbye.